What up, y'all? What up? Remember, when you get in here, please take a like, subscribe, and share. It is completely free. It won't cost you not one penny. And you know how we all like free stuff. I don't know about you, but I know I do, okay? And remember, good, better, best. Never let it rest until the good is better. The better is your best. I'm on here today because I have a little situation. I just want to get a little feedback. All right. I will say, let me know if I'm wrong, but I'm right. I'm not wrong. I'm right. Because I said I'm right. All right. So if you're in a relationship with someone and you had kids or they had kids before you two got together, you end up having a kid or children with that person. And that person basically lives with you. They have their own place where they're at your house 99.9% of the time, okay? They eat at your house. They wash at your house. They use your cable. They buy your kids food, all the kids food. They take the kids, pick them up from school, drop them off if they got to. They're doing all the daddy shit, okay? So, if the person you're with, whether it's male or female, decides to take a trip, vacation, whether they're paying for it or not, do you think it's wrong for that person to take only their child or their children and leave the other children behind? Let me know. Because my personal opinion, I think it's wrong. And I'm the type of person, if you can't do for all, don't do for none of them. Especially if you are the man that I'm laid up with every night, and you are on a regular basis, you treating these kids like they're yours. Even though they're not yours, you're not obligated to. You doing this because you genuinely really do care for them and love them, and you're with their mother or they're with their father. So don't get me wrong. I know your person is not obligated to do anything for any kids that are not theirs. But if you are in their life on a daily basis, you picking them up, dropping them off, taking them to football, basketball games, or whatever the case may be, they act up, you try to get them in line or whatever, I feel like if you do something for one, you should do for all. If you go buy your son toys from the store on a regular basis and don't bring the other kids nothing back, they're going to feel left out. No, they're not your kids. But you are with their mother and you're at the house. So how does it look for you to go buy one kid something and bring them to the house, and then the other kids looking like, dang, you ain't buy me nothing? And this has nothing to do with the other kids' fathers or mothers not supporting them. That has nothing to do with this, because that's not the case. So my issue is my baby daddy / boyfriend wants to take a trip, an international trip, on benefits that I provide. So he fly free and all of my kids fly free. He wants to take just his son on a trip with just him and his son. And I'm not cool with it. It's just not sitting well with me in my spirit, because you know the other kids are going to be mad that they don't get to go. You know that none of the kids have really been anywhere international, but really flew anywhere this summer due to COVID and all the canceled flights and things. So nobody's really been anywhere. And not on only that, he's telling me I'm wrong for not allowing him to take a trip with his son. I don't think I'm wrong. For one, because you've taken several trips with him. There wasn't international trips, but you've taken trips with just you and your son. And the other kids didn't go. So this one time, I'm telling you, hey, you can either go by yourself or you can take all the boys. I can't go because I got to work. If I could go, it'd be a different story. We'll all go. But I'm like, hey, you can just, I'll book the trip for you, and then you can just leave everybody else or whatever, because it's just not right. It don't sit well with me for you to just take one child and leave the other ones behind, they're going to feel some type of way. And I refuse to have my kids feeling one is better than the other. And this has nothing to do with money, because even if he was buying the plane tickets, I would tell him the same thing. I don't think it's right. I couldn't stop him. But I was like, hey, I don't think it's right that you're going to only buy you and your son a plane ticket and leave the other kids behind. Even if I bought the plane tickets, that's not the issue. The issue is he don't want to take all the boys. He just want to take his son. And it's just not sitting well in my spirit. And I don't think nothing's going to make me change my mind with me booking these tickets for just him and my one son, and not him and 3 sons. And I just don't think I'm wrong for that. Like, I don't want my kids feeling like, well, they already feel like that, because one child is always, I'm with his father, so he's always around. The other kids, my oldest son, he don't really like going over to his dad's house, but he will go. If he call his dad for anything, his dad will get it for him. And then my middle child, his dad is really not involved. He is, but he ain't. He got his own shit going on. His grandmother's involved, so he's with his grandmother almost every weekend. So they are involved. They are well taken care of, but I refuse to make them feel any type of left out. I'm not doing it. And I don't care who think I'm wrong. That's just me and the way I feel. Because I know the feeling, not even by your own parents, but I know the feeling of being with someone or being in a household where there are other siblings or other kids or cousins or whoever you're with, and you feeling like, why are they getting treated different than me? Why are they getting more than me? Why do I get this and why do they get that? I feel less than. And I'm saying it because that's how I felt when I was taken from my mom and made to stay with my aunt. I always felt like her kids got more than me. I got the bottom of the barrel, and they've got top notch. So I have my niece. I would refuse to make my niece feel like that. When I go buy or take one someplace, I will take all of them. I'm not going to leave my niece out because whatever the reason, she's with me, she's in my care. So I don't buy for 3, I have to buy for 4. I'm not just going to take my boy somewhere and not take my niece, and take my niece to her mom's and say, hey, we going here, can you watch her while we go on the trip? No, I'm gonna plan a trip for all of us. I know how it feels to be left out living with somebody. It's the worst feeling ever. Yeah, so I know what the feeling is of feeling left out, being in somebody else's household. And I refuse to let my kids ever feel like that. My oldest son's grandmother, Lord bless her soul, she was the realest. She would keep all 3 of my sons, and only one was her grandson. She treated all of my kids like they were her grandkids. You hear me? Anything I needed, or I needed her to watch them, or anything like that, or even if I called her and be like, hey, can you just, watch my oldest son? She'd be like, where the other kids at? Bring such and such. Never in my life had nobody like her. Not nobody. None of my sons' grandmothers are like her. My middle son, she'll buy the kids stuff. I wouldn't even ask her to keep them. If they volunteer, I'd be like, yeah. But she buys everybody stuff. When she brings something for her grandson, she brings everybody in the household something. So that's my take on things. That's how I feel. And see, don't do nothing for one that you can't do for all. One moment. But yeah, if you can't do for one, don't do nothing for all. I'd rather for them all too. And I'm not saying that it's not okay for a father to want to do anything with his son. That's not what I'm saying. That's not the case here. Okay? So I understand fathers spending time with their sons. We are a blended family. So if you make a trip, you need to make a trip for the whole blended family. That's what I'm saying. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share. Comment below. Let me know what you think about this. Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? I can understand and respect your opinion if you think I'm wrong, but I'm right. Okay? Bye.